From the breathtaking vistas of the Grand Canyon to the magnificent glaciers of Alaska, most of us have a bucket list of travel destinations we dream of one day checking off. For RVers, these are places to visit iconic sites, explore hidden nooks and crannies, camp out under starry skies, and make lifelong memories with friends old and new, all from the comfort of a home on wheels. While the specifics of everyone's travel bucket list are sure to vary, one destination you won't want to overlook lies in the unique beauty of New Zealand. From sharp mountain peaks and snow-capped Alps, to stunning beaches and cascading waterfalls, to rolling hills and fairy tale landscapes. While planning a trip of this magnitude can be an overwhelming prospect for even the most seasoned of travelers, this is precisely why guided RV tours like those offered by Fantasy RV Tours exist. Not only will they take care of all the logistics, arrangements, and the itinerary, but they also help take away the fear that comes with planning a once-in-a-lifetime trip to a foreign land.
An RV tour in North America is familiar to most people. Even if it's an area they haven't been to, they're in English-speaking countries, and say Canada and United States feels familiar to them, whereas going overseas is not so familiar. And the campgrounds are different. The RVs are different. So it can be very intimidating to a vacation planner when they start thinking of an RV vacation in a foreign country. And we take the worry and the stress out of that type of planning. And literally, all you have to do is show up and we've taken care of the rest.
As with any international travel, being aware of the cultural differences you're bound to face is crucial. Yet when traveling to New Zealand, RVers should be prepared for a few other key differences between countries. Embarking on an RV tour of New Zealand means you'll need to rent an RV for your journey. So once you have your new rig in tow and you begin your travels, some of those differences will soon become apparent.
In New Zealand, you're going to be driving on the left side of the road. And the RVs are about 22 feet long. You've got a small shower, a bathroom. It is totally self-contained. You're gonna have all the same features that you typically have in an RV that you might be driving in North America, except that it's smaller and more compact. You're going to use your RV over there as if it's a car. No tow cars over there. It's a great way to get around. Some of the smaller villages that you're going to be visiting, the streets are narrow. You're going to go do your grocery shopping, go to the market. All your sightseeing is going to be done in your little motor home. Now, as far as your Blackwater goes, you're going to have a little cassette that your Blackwater goes into. Very convenient, small, easy to use. You just take them out, and there's a special dump place where you're going to dump them and put your little cassette back in.
Naturally, the little differences will take a bit of getting used to, yet much like becoming acclimatized to the local time, with a bit of rest and some practice under your belt, it won't take long before you're ready to explore the beauty on display and the adventure up for grabs in New Zealand. Geographically, New Zealand is made up of two larger island bodies, the North and the South Islands, along with over 700 smaller islands. When arriving in New Zealand, travelers are likely to touch down and begin their travels in one of its urban areas, whether it be Christchurch on the South Island or in the country's most populated city, Auckland.
New Zealand is such a diverse, beautiful country. Everything from mountainous terrain to beautiful beaches. And there's so many iconic things to do. In fact, it's where bungee jumping was invented. It's considered the bungee jumping capital of the world. And in Auckland, you can actually do a jump off of the Sky Tower. And we have had some of our guests do that.
Bungee jumping off the Sky Tower is certainly one of the more iconic activities to do in Auckland, and something no adventuresome traveler should miss while exploring this diverse cosmopolitan city. The North Island is the more populated of the two main islands, with about 77% of the country's population. There are several main urban areas to explore, including New Zealand's capital city of Wellington, located on the southwest tip of the island and home to a cultural hub of sorts. This is where some of the most successful movies of all time have been produced and are commemorated for fans visiting from all over the world. Beyond the more populated urban areas of the island lie a treasure trove of unique destinations to be discovered. In fact, there's so much to explore that overlooking some of the can't-miss destinations is a very real and unfortunate possibility. Yet for those traveling as part of a guided RV tour group, the can't-miss excursions are all just part of the deal.
On a group tour, you're not going to have to guess what the best things are to see. A tour company goes there year after year after year and constantly are updating the best things to see, the can't-miss places. That's one of the very best things about traveling abroad with a tour company.
One such must-see excursion on the North Island lies inside a cave at Waitomo, where a local species of glowworm light up the cave's ceiling overhead of the awestruck explorers passing through. Something that may surprise people about New Zealand is the number of geothermal features on display. With hot pools and waterfalls to be taken in, visitors may feel as though they've arrived at a Yellowstone of the South. This geothermal wonderland is just another example of the widespread natural beauty that this country has to offer. One of the many joys of any RV vacation lies in the freedom to explore at your own pace and the discoveries you're bound to happen upon as a result. To the uninitiated, the prospect of a caravan-style RV tour may sound anything but spontaneous. Yet not only will New Zealand's must-see destinations be on the agenda, so too is the kind of flexibility that will open the door to these truly magical moments.
You might have a visual of what a group RV tour might look like, of traveling down the road, nose to tail, and being confined and herded around. That's not how we do it at all. You are going to have the time to do independent travel, to sightsee. You're going to be able to travel the way you want to travel. You have help there when you need it, but yet you're not confined to doing it somebody else's way. It's still your vacation.
Such magical moments may very well occur while embarking on a day trip up the peninsula. You'll have your pick among an array of gorgeous beaches, including Hotwater Beach, so named because of the underground hot water springs that filter up through the sand. Visitors who come equipped with a spade can dig their own little hot tub out of the sand in which to sit and veg out at low tide. For those seeking a genuine thrill, look no further than the Tutia Falls at Kaituna River, home of some of the best whitewater kayaking you'll ever find, including the highest commercially rafted waterfall in the world. Once you've circled the North Island, just a couple of hours by ferry lays the South Island. The larger of the two main islands, the South Island is shaped by the Southern Alps, which run along the island from north to south and include New Zealand's highest mountain. At 12,000 feet, Mount Cook is the defining feature of Mount Cook National Park, a beautiful spot to hike, to explore, and to camp out with a breathtaking view of the Alps to keep you company. In the southwestern corner of the South Island, you'll find the Fjordland, a region dominated by the steep sides of the snow-capped Alps, deep lakes, and glacier-carved valleys. The most famous of the fjords, and also the most accessible, is Milford Sound. Often considered New Zealand's top travel destination, not to mention one of the top travel destinations in the world, Milford Sound features the towering Mitre Peak, highlighted by the waterfalls which plummet down its sheer sides. Of course, we've merely scratched the surface of what New Zealand has to offer. And RVers planning such a monumental trip won't want to leave much to chance. Placing your travel plans in the hands of guides who know exactly what can't be missed will go a long way towards a journey that doesn't feel like a wasted opportunity. And doing so alongside a group of like-minded travelers, particularly when all of the hard work has been taken care of, means that all that's left for you to do is show up and have the time of your life.
Oftentimes, the best part of a tour is not the destination you're going to that day, it's your travel day. It's the wildlife you might see. It's the viewpoints. It's the locals that you'll get to meet. You're looking for those once-in-a-lifetime experiences. And the camaraderie that you'll have on a tour is one of the highlights of an experience like this. So we do encourage you to go off on your own, or you'll meet up with somebody on the tour that you really can relate to, and maybe you'll travel together. But each night you all come back together at the RV park, typically for a cookout, and you'll go out and see the stars in this beautiful, beautiful country of New Zealand.
Fantasy RV Tours offers professionally guided caravans and rallies around the world in some of the most amazing RV destinations.
Join like-minded travelers and expert tour guides to explore a whole new world of travel.
New adventures, memories, and friends await you.